But maybe we can do it with AI. Oh, dropped that one. How can I recover that one without falling all the way down? Oh, there we go. Oh, another idea I had during the week. What if you gamified mathematics? Has anyone done that yet? Maybe I should do some research. Teach mathematics by gamifying it. I mean, people have tried, but they're not very much fun, the games. Could you like make a really fun game? And teach math using a game. I think people get it wrong by making like a game with math puzzles in it, which isn't what I mean. What I mean is the math is the game. It's not like, oh, you go on an adventure, you find a door, the door says, what is 7 plus 4? 11. Oh, you type in 11 and the door opens. Like, no, that's not that. That's not it. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, unlike, let's say you're just given a bunch of numbers and math symbols, and the challenge is maximize. So you arrange the symbols to give you the biggest answer possible. And the reason I say that is because people learn from like trial and error. There's something natural about shuffling a bunch of pieces around to see the results instead of like then trying to add numbers. So numbers are kind of abstract, but like trying to put pieces together like a jigsaw puzzle, there's something intuitive about that. So imagine you have a system where you get any numbers, any mathematical operations, and then you just like arrange them in whatever sequence you like. And the game just tells you what the answer to that is, right? And by doing that, you start to learn the relationship between the mathematical operations and the numbers. So that like trial and error. Like you arrange it in one way, it gives you a result. You arrange it a different way, it gives you another result. Which is kind of like a natural way of learning. It's just like picking things up and seeing what they do. There's a game called 24, I think. Is it 24? The game is 24, and it's like you get a card with 4 numbers on it, and you have to use those numbers, use all the numbers, and you do like addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, and you can arrange the operations with the numbers to give you the result is 24. And that game I think is kind of cool, but imagine that, but much more. Not just 24, but like any numbers, any targets, and like any mathematical operations. Exponents, and you just get more and more complex. Howard says, I think my mom plays that game, same place as Wordle and Connections. Yeah, yeah. Like 24, I like 24, I like that game, I like the idea of it, but just imagine that, but more complicated, or like a much higher ceiling, a much higher math knowledge ceiling. And like you just put in trigonometry and like, so, sine, cosine, tangent, pi, and it just keep going. Like you just go algebra, calculus, matrices. You just arrange numbers into the matrices to get the result. You just like, and you're like, what the hell am I doing? I don't even know. And the key is the it is the calculator, the computer does all the calculations for you. It just tells you like if you arrange these symbols in these ways, this is the result. And then the idea is over time, people would figure out what those symbols actually mean. Just by like doing it enough times, they figure out, oh, what? Okay, I see what that means. Or if they can't figure it out, they just go look it up, go read a book or something. And you like make it competitive. Like try to get the biggest number out of these numbers and symbols. The thing is, people can learn really complex stuff if it's fun. And the reason people are so bad at math is because math class is just not fun, right? People fall asleep, and of course you don't learn anything when you're asleep. Whereas people play video games, and they figure out the most complex game mechanics, even though they don't do very well at school. They like they figure out the game stuff because they're interested and they don't fall asleep. Howard says, "Speak for yourself. I got a pure math degree." Well, you're a anomaly, Hava. Hava says it's true. I am. Okay, so like some people can do math. Like everybody can, but not everybody has the discipline to like really stay awake. It's not the math part that's hard. It's the staying awake part that's hard. 5. Or like imagine like calculus, like you have a function, a graph of a function. And then you give them like a bunch of numbers and symbols, and you're like, arrange these numbers and symbols to match this function. And then you like, arrange the numbers, and it gives you your function, and it just changes and changes. And people will just like, adjust the numbers until they get it just right, right? And in doing so, they learn the math. They try this combination. It's like, oh, it makes that line. I see. Right? You just gamify. You gamify the math. People might actually learn calculus. Wouldn't that be crazy? And you might assume that it'll be too complicated for people to figure out, but I don't think so. I think maybe if you design the game in the right way, I think people would be able to figure it out. Or it would be like interesting enough. The key part is the feedback, like the instant feedback. I think is like you put a bunch of numbers together, and the computer just kind of calculates for you what it means. So you get instant feedback instead of like learning a lot of theory, reading the theory, and then trying to no, just like just kind of just do it. Just throw a bunch of rocks together and see what happens. That's the monkey brain, right? Back when I was at school, computers were not advanced enough to do that, I don't think. No, not when I was at school. Like you had graphing calculators? Yeah, no, I remember now. Like if you had like a graphing calculator, kids would play with those. Yeah, no, it would definitely work because you would play with it if you had like one of those calculators with that can draw graphs. You would just type functions in and see what happens. So I definitely think it would work. Because it's just like that, except a little bit more gamified. And of course, if the game's popular enough, the kids will go online, go to Reddit or something and ask questions. And that's how you learn. You don't even need a teacher, you just got random dudes on the internet. So I don't understand how this derivative thing, why does it do that? Why did it go online, like little kid, go online, I don't understand calculus. The same way, kids go online and ask about video games. I don't understand how mob traps work in Minecraft. And then like just random people explain it to them. So I don't know how redstone, like if you could figure out redstone in Minecraft, you could figure out a lot of things. Like you're not a dummy, right? It's just a matter of having it interesting so you don't fall asleep. What time is it? You know what? Let me not start this right now. Next level is balcony level. We have a couple of minutes left. Let me pack up my stuff. And get back down to ground level. So I think next week I work on the space staircase again. And then the week after that I'll do something else. I need to like make sure I keep working on the space staircase because I want to finish this thing. So like in between the projects, I just spend a week working on this thing. It's pretty repetitive, but if we space it out, maybe it'll be tolerable. Let me repair my stuff and maybe buy some lanterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many lanterns. Maybe I'll buy. I won't buy all the. Oh, hold on, let me just repair my tools. I used like a stack and a half of lanterns, right? I don't remember. Alright, that's my tools. How would I make that game? Man, I wish I was better at programming. Maybe you can just make it in Excel, in the spreadsheet. Okay, where do lanterns come from? Oh, these guys are lanterns, right? Oh, you only get 12 at a time lanterns? I forgot how many lanterns I used. Okay, so it's the same slot as the glass. If they have glass, they don't have lanterns. Oh no, my bad. It's not the same style of glass. Glass is the other one. Oops. How many is that? A little over a stack? Let's just get some more. Alright, what am I doing? I should put this stuff away. Pauper. I should put this stuff away first. Iron bars. That there. Iron bars. And lighting. And I keep this in inventory, right? Because this is what I'm gonna use next week when I continue building the space staircase. Okay, so I'm gonna end the stream here for today. Next week, continuing the massive tower to the height limit. Okay, I'll see you next time.